also a DIY facial scrub that you can actually carry with you on the go. Once you put it in a small container and cover it tightly, you can carry it around with you because you do not need to refrigerate it. And now one of the best things that you can do for your skin is to exfoliate the skin. Exfoliating the skin at least 2 to 3 times per week will help to clear the skin of grease and dirt. It will help to get rid of dead skin cells. It can also help to boost a circulation. It will help to shrink pores by cleaning out the pores. It will also help to get rid of rough, dull looking skin, and it's also help to pave the way to make the skincare products that you're using works better on the skin. So what I'm going to do for you today, I am going to show you how to make a very quick, a very easy, and a very simple but a very effective DIY facial scrub. This facial scrub contains antibacterial properties, making it also good for acne prone skin, textured skin, blackheads and whiteheads on the skin. This facial scrub will also help to get rid of the grease and dirt, and it is also good for darker areas around the neck. So if you're looking for a DIY antibacterial homemade facial scrub that can transform your skin from dull, rough looking skin to a more bright, radiant, spotless, glowing skin, follow me to the kitchen. I'm going to share this simple recipe with you, and I'm also going to share some tips on how best to use it on your skin for amazing results. For this recipe, you're going to need a small blender. Now, to make our facial scrub, our first ingredient is basil or basil, depending on where you live. Now, this contains vitamin A, vitamin C, and also vitamin K. It also contains antibacterial properties, which makes it good for acne-prone skin. You can choose to use the fresh basil, or you can choose to use the dry basil. So I'm going to be using 1 teaspoon, rounded teaspoon of the basil leaves. And the aroma is amazing. I'm going to cover and I'm going to blend this to a powder. Now, if you're using fresh basil, go ahead, add some leaves, about 8 to 10 leaves to the blender. Add a little bit of a rose water and blend. So here we have our blended basil. Let's put this aside. Now our next ingredient is sugar, and today I'm using white sugar. We're using sugar for its exfoliating properties. It also contains glycolic acid. Sugar will help to get rid of dead skin cells. It will also seep into the pores, clean the pores out, get rid of dull skin, and leave the skin looking bright and clear. So I'm going to use about a tablespoon of sugar. Pour this in. You can choose to double up on the ingredient. And now I'm going to reach for my basil. We're pouring this in. So here we have white sugar and basil, and we're mixing the two together. You can also choose to use brown sugar for this recipe, and you also can skip the sugar and use some rice instead of the sugar. However, for this recipe, I like the basil. Now, once we mix the two dry ingredients together, we are going to reach for some rose water. We're not using a lot of rose water. We're using about a teaspoon of the rose water for its hydrating properties. And then we are going to reach for our oil. My oil of choice today is coconut oil. However, if you do not have coconut oil, use any of your favorite oil. You can use the avocado oil. You can use olive oil. You can also use grapeseed oil or even some sweet almond oil. This recipe, I like it with the coconut oil. So I'm going to first start out. You don't need a lot. I'm starting with just 1 teaspoon of the coconut oil. Pour this in. This is a facial scrub, so you don't need a lot of oil. And slowly blend it in. Ooh, this is nice. And once this is done, mix well. Now, what I like about this scrub is that it is also great for acne prone skin. If you have a lot of pimples and blackheads on your skin, this makes an amazing antibacterial homemade facial exfoliator. So now that we have all the ingredient together, the next step is to use this to exfoliate your skin. Now, you do not need a lot. A little goes a long way. And this amount is good, about a half a teaspoon, and apply it on your skin in circular motion. The fragrance is very, very good. This is invigorating. So apply it on your face, your neck, and your décolleté. And a quick little secret with this scrub is that you can use this all over your body. Now, once you exfoliate your skin with the mask, you're going to rinse this off, preferably with some cold water, pat dry the skin, and apply your favorite beauty product. If you have oily skin, this is also amazing for the skin. Now, store this in your refrigerator. If when you're ready to use it, it's a little dry, you can dip a little bit more of the rose water in it. And this can be kept in the refrigerator for up to 2 weeks or so. There's nothing in it to go bad since we use the dry basil leaf. However, if you use the fresh basil, use it up within 7 days. So there you have it, an amazing homemade DIY facial scrub. So give it a go. And here it is. Just cover with a cover. So another amazing thing about this facial scrub, this is also a DIY facial scrub that you can actually carry with you on the go. Once you put it in a small container and cover it tightly, you can carry it around with you because you do not need to refrigerate it, and use this up within 15 to 20 days or so, and you are good to go. The longer you keep it, is the more the basil is going to infuse in that sugar. So an amazing DIY that you can use at home and you can also use on the go. Now there you have it, a very quick, a very easy facial scrub. Don't just watch the video, go ahead and make it. Now if you do not have basil, you can go ahead, you can choose to use some parsley, you can use coriander, you can use some spinach leaves, you can even choose to use some mint leaves to replace the basil. So you have no reason not to try this facial scrub. So go ahead, mix it up, whip it up, and use it on your skin. Give it a time to work, okay? Use it on a regular for best result. Thank you all for watching.